Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel. Now in today's video, we're going to check out a very advanced robot vacuum. It's the one that I have here, it's at the back, and it's called the Deebot X2 Omni. Now you might remember the X1 Omni from the previous a couple months back, but this time, this robot is even smarter and even better for your cleaning experience. So let's talk a bit about it. But before we begin, the first thing that we have to show off here is of course the unboxing process, which was actually very easy. The thing that I noticed that was very different is that the box is now actually smaller itself, and this is actually related to the form factor, which we will talk a bit about later. Anyways, I'll put on the screen really quickly everything that you can expect to get in the box, which is actually just a couple of components, and it was super easy to set up, including the app itself that you can download from the Play Store or from the App Store. Alright, so now that we have got the unboxing and the setup out of the way, let's talk a bit about what's new with the Deebot X2 Omni. Now first of all, if you just take a look at the robot itself, now you will notice that it is very different from any other robot vacuum that you have seen in the market because of its shape. So right now it's using an all-new square-shaped design, and the reason for this square-shaped design is so that it can move along your walls, it can reach out to even tighter corners, and that's because most of our houses at home are actually very angular. Our houses are not designed with curves. So previously, the traditional robot vacuum is in a round shape. It can't really go closer to the edges, but with this brand new square-shaped design, it can really work out and move around your entire space. So that's great for the design itself. Oh, by the way, did you notice how cool the robot vacuum and the all-in-one Omni Station looks? There's a couple of nice touches, especially that blue LED on it that looks super cool and reminds me of a gaming device. Moving on, another thing I noticed about the robot vacuum itself is that it is very small and compact. So now not only does it sit a little bit lower, but it's also more narrower. I think it's about 32 centimeters, and this actually allows it to move even better along your house. So let's say you have very low sofas or your bed itself has a very small gap, the robot vacuum itself is still able to squeeze underneath those objects and move around without any issue. So that's great there as well. Other than that, the wheels themselves are also newly designed to allow it to go higher. So let's say you have even a very thick carpet at home, the wheels itself will allow it to go over the carpet without any issues. Now when it comes to the brush as well as the mopping pads, this is where they have also been improved on the Deebot X2 Omni. First up, the brush itself actually extends out even further, so it's a larger brush. That means that it's able to sweep even closer to the edge of the walls, and the mopping pads themselves do stretch out a little bit more as well to allow it to mop and scrub closer to the edge of your wall as well. So that's great in terms of the entire design, smaller, more compact size, and of course easier and better cleaning, more effective cleaning of your home. Alright guys, so now that we have talked a bit about the design and how well the robot is able to navigate around, let's talk a bit about how it is able to clean your house and whether it is actually clean. Now first off, we had to start off by talking a bit about the suction power from this Deebot X2 Omni because it's very high. It is actually up to 8,000 PA, and that means that it is actually able to suck up almost everything that you've dropped on the ground. So for instance, if you drop some coffee powder or if you have a lot of hair on the ground, it will actually be able to suck that up. But I found the most important point about this 8,000 PA is when it comes to carpets. You know, sometimes we have our carpets on the floor and we just leave it there, but it actually traps a lot of dust on the insides, and a lot of dirt actually gets trapped on the inside as well. So I noticed that when the Deebot X2 Omni was going around the carpet, it was actually able to pull up all sorts of dirt from the carpet, and I think that was actually quite impressive. Now speaking about the carpets, there's also something very impressive here, and that is when the robot is actually moving on the carpet itself, it is actually able to lift its mopping pads automatically. And if you just take a closer look at the mopping pads, there is actually quite a fair bit of distance, allowing it to extend all the way up so that it does not touch your carpet at all and does not wet the carpet. I mean, we don't like wet carpets, so the Deebot X2 Omni is actually to do all that on its own. Now just in terms of how it moves around the cleaning space, again, I think this is also very strong here by the Deebot X2 Omni, and that is because it comes with the industry's first dual laser LiDAR, and that actually allows for more accurate mapping and positioning. It also has this rapid responsiveness, meaning it is able to track in real time. If you drop something on the ground at that point of time, the robot will avoid it immediately. Other than that, the Ecovacs i9 model also allows it to have machine learning, and this allows the robot itself to properly navigate around your living space and avoid obstacles with its IV3D 2.0. Now, in case you are wondering about the battery life, is it able to clean your entire house on a single charge? Well, essentially the numbers is basically that the robot itself comes with a 6400 mAh battery, and that is actually large enough to clean a 200 square meter space on one single charge. So again, it depends on how big your space is, but I did notice that the robot itself was able to charge up fairly quickly as well. I did not time it, but it was definitely quicker than my previous robots. Now last but not least, there's also another really cool feature with the robot itself, and that is its voice assistant. Now the voice assistant itself is called Eco, so if you just make the command, "Okay, Eco," you will hear it respond immediately, and you will be able to give a lot of commands. For instance, you can ask it to clean a specific area, like asking Eco to clean the kitchen, clean the bedroom, and it will be able to move along on its own with just your voice prompt. And I think that is very good because it is very, very effective. Moving on to the final part of today's video, we have covered the robot itself, we have covered how good it is at cleaning the floors, but there's one more final thing we have to talk about, and that is the cleaning station. Now this is supposed to be the most compact all-in-one Omni station, and it has also seen a couple of upgrades just like the robot itself. Now what the cleaning station is actually able to do is not only is it able to remove your dirt from the robot itself, it is also able to clean the mopping pads, hot air dry it with temperatures of up to 55 degrees Celsius just to ensure that it is always nice and dry so that it doesn't leave any odor or bacteria behind. And of course, you can fill it up with clean water to continue mopping your place. So it's a very smart machine, and the best part here is that it is now even more compact. So a lot of you guys, those of you who are having like small living spaces like myself as well, you will definitely appreciate the smaller dock itself because it's just so convenient to place it anywhere. And speaking about convenience, you can actually remove the base that sits inside the cleaning station, bring it to your sink, wash away all the dirt and put it back in. So it's actually a very, very easy and seamless process. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up our quick look at the all-new Deebot X2 Omni. If you want to find out more information about this robot vacuum, I'll put in the link down below. Of course, Ecovacs themselves will also be having a couple of promotions on their launch, so do check out the links below to find out the latest pricing. There will also be a voucher code down below for Shopee, so check that out. All the promotional information will be updated in the description box below for your easy reading. And with that said, thank you for watching today's video all the way till the end. Don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Do take care and stay clean. Bye bye.